What's up, everybody? My name is Jason, and welcome to the $10,000 EIDL Grant Stimulus Update 2 New Grants. It is Tuesday, March the 16th, 2021. Please do me each favor. Give this video a thumbs up. Hashtag EIDL in the comments below. In case you haven't heard, I'm on a 72-hour fast, and while I'm expected to break that in the next few hours, I might keep going. Because I got to tell you guys something right now. Not only have I lost 9 pounds in the last 3 days, and I've only had water, 1 aspirin because I had a heck of a headache about 36 hours ago, and this cup of straight chai tea. No sugar, none of that stuff, no cream, nothing in there. So all I've had is water, 1 aspirin, and some chai tea in the last 3 days. And I got to tell you, I feel honestly like I could run a 26-mile marathon on a bum knee. I'm telling you guys right now, this was the smartest thing I ever did because I was up until 4 o'clock in the morning. I've got more ideas for this business we're going to launch. I'm going to set up a P.O. box so you guys can send me your products, your services, your demos. I'm going to get behind the cream of the crop, and I'm telling you right now, I'm going to jack up the amount of awareness and traffic to you, your website, and your business, and we're going to make a bloody fortune over the next 10 or 20 years. So pull up a chair, grab a glass of wine. How about a hot cup of chai tea? Here we go. Don't worry about the jitters in the stock market. It's up, it's down. The Fed meeting is tomorrow. They're worried about what Jerome Powell is going to say. He's a dove. He's going to say no rate changes for many, many years. The stock market will resume its uptrend well into April, which happens to be the best month of the entire year since 1900. More on that later, but I want to clear up something that's causing a lot of confusion. And I say this with the utmost respect to all the other channels, and if you've been around, I promoted them all. Whether it's LA Late, Speak and See, Rod Squad, Stephen Carlson, Max Maher, Andrew Cartwright, Meet Kevin, Aubrey Janik, the list goes on and on and on. Ask Builder, I'll give another shout out. I've never mentioned him, but he's got some pretty interesting videos in the last couple of weeks. So you got to Ask Builder, who's out there trying to get you guys the money and keep you informed. I have given as much love as anybody on this entire platform since I've been here over a year, but I'm going to respectfully disagree, without naming names, with those that are claiming you're getting a $15,000 grant or it's only relegated to low-income communities. Pinned in the top comment is a copy of the bill, which I'm going to cover quickly in a second, an article from Brian Schatz, and there's over 15 senators now that are using the same article at senate.gov, which says it's not just for low-income communities. And by the end of today, you're going to know whether you're in low, middle, or high, how much money you stand to get, and are you going to have to apply? So like I just said, pull up a chair, relax. Here we go. All right. I am on page 205, pinned in the top of the Senate version of the bill, the American Rescue Plan that just passed about a week or so ago. I'm not going to start off and read about covered entities. I'm just skipping to the money. Pay attention to what I'm telling you. There's one word in particular that's going to give everybody watching, aha, aha. I guess Jason is right again. How many times have I been right in the last year? Quite a few. Quite a few. I'm sure I've been wrong a couple of times. Right? The snowflakes will remind me of that. I've been wrong about a couple of things, but I said, and I still believe, you're getting 10 grand of the balance thereof. They're going to remove the damn caps. By the way, Isabel Guzman, she just got passed through the Senate today. She just got confirmed. Chucky Schumer just released a statement saying, we love Isabel Guzman. She's going to be fantastic, and I happen to agree. Ladies and gentlemen, the SBA has gone through a massive upgrade in the last couple of months. Yes, the money is slow to go out, but it's going out. There's people that are getting the balance of 10 grand right now. 3 more weeks of emails for those of you that are in low-income communities that applied between July and December. And as I'm going to tell you right now, if you're in a middle or a high-income community, you got a shot of at least $5,000. So look, it's not $15,000 grant. It's 10 plus the possibility of 5 if you're qualified. It's going to be 2 separate grants, 2 separate wire transfers, 2 separate times that you're going to get the money. I'm on page 205. All right, keep up with me. I'm higher than a kite. I feel fantastic. By the way, how do I look? I know I got the ring light there, but can you tell I'm a little leaner? I'm a little, I know I got lots of energy, but I feel like I could just fly away right now. All right, Jason, enough of your fucking grandstanding. $10 billion to make payments to covered entities that have not received the full amount to which the covered entities are under Section 331. In other words, Section 331 of the bill that passed on December 27th is the Targeted EDIL Advance for low-income communities. There is no portal. I don't expect there to be a portal. I'm sorry, anytime soon. They're in the process of taking care of upwards of 9 million people, starting off with those in low-income communities, which is about 35 or 40% of you. Those of you that got 1,000 per employee got to go first. Many of you applied over a month ago. And as a reminder, until it says submitted, meaning the first stage is in progress when they send you the invitation to go to the portal, then you have to, in step 2, sign 4506T as in Tom. That's your tax form. That gives the SBA a right to look at your taxes that do need to be done for 2019. Once you submit that, hit the blue button at the bottom, it says submitted. And then it's a waiting game. Some people are having to wait upwards of a month from the first day they applied. Some people are getting funded within, let's say, a week to 10 days. But I can promise you, people are getting the balance of 10 grand as we speak. All right, $10 billion is going into the Targeted EDIL Advance of Section 331. So on December 27th, there was $20 billion, which they just started to pay out 4 or 5 days ago. We're now adding another $10 billion into the same pile, as per Section 331. Everybody should agree on that. There's $30 billion in Section 331, Targeted EDIL Advance for low-income communities. You got to have a 30% economic loss, and you got to have fewer than 300 employees. All right, this is important. Section B, page 206 of the Senate version of the bill, pinned in the top comment, it says $5 billion to make payments under Section 1110 of the CARES Act. Allow me to pause. In fact, let me take a drink of tea, and I want you to think about what I just told you. Notice I did not say $5 billion to make payments under Section 331, did I? No. I said $5 billion to make payments under Section 1110, E as in Edward, if my eyes are correct, of the CARES Act. In other words, the original CARES Act going back to March of 2020. That's the infamous $10,000 in up to 72 hours. Well, we all know that Miss Javita Carranza whacked that illegally, and she rationed the grant at $1,000 per employee. So, if you are in low, middle, or high, as per Section 1110E of the CARES Act, you have a shot at $5,000 in this $5 billion supplemental EIDL grant. Allow me to continue. And there's one word that should settle this once and for all. Each of which shall be meaning A, made to a covered entity that has suffered an economic loss of greater than 50% and employs not more than 10 employees in the amount of $5,000. And this is a very important part. If you're in middle and high income community like myself, you need to listen to what I'm saying right now. It's very important because, again, you have a shot at $5,000 at least initially until we get the EIDL for Small Business Act with Jackie Rosen, and then you're going to get another 10,000, but we'll talk more about that later. Oh yes. I've been fucking right since day one, admit it. You don't like how loud I am and how I'm flirting around with the ladies and talking about my fucking fast, but I've been right about this. We're getting our money, and it's going to be 15 grand for most of you, if not all, by the time I'm done. All right, Section 4, page 206. Give me some thumbs down, you snowflakes. You fucking weak-ass men that can't stand an alpha that's going to fight to the death, regardless of race, color, or creed. Come on now. With respect to the covered entity to which the payment is made, in addition to any payment that was made under the covered entity, this is important. So this is in addition to any payments already made. Whether you're about to get a $10,000 targeted EIDL advance or you got $1,000 per employee as per Section 1110 of the CARES Act. This is in addition to, it's supplemental. In addition to any payment made to the covered entity under Section 1110E of the CARES Act, meaning middle and high income community, and here's the word that most people are missing. And I think maybe Ask Builder said this about a week ago. If it wasn't him, shout out to whoever said it. Or payments be made to covered entities under Section 1110, i.e. you got $1,000 per employee last year, or Section 331 of the yada, yada, yada that passed on December 27th. So as I'm about to read out loud from Senator Brian Schatz, and there's 10 or 15 other senators at Senate.gov who have the same article and the same statement. And if you don't believe him, call Brian Schatz's office. He'll actually call you back. You might want to say you've got relatives or you hang out in Hawaii, which is where he is. That'll get him to call you back a lot sooner. And you just say, hey, Brian, is it true that anybody can apply for the $5,000 supplemental grant? Oh, yes, it is. Or, so it's section 1110 or section 331, meaning you could be a targeted EIDL advance candidate in low-income communities, or if you're like me and last year you got $1,000 per employee under section 1110, you can apply for this $5,000 grant. Now, I can hear the question screaming right. What if I applied between July when they ran out and December 27? You can get this. This is for everyone. Section 331 or section 1110 of the CARES Act, low, middle, and high. The $5 billion, $5,000 supplemental is for everybody, but you must have a 50% economic loss and fewer than 10 employees for the supplemental. Again, the targeted is 300 employees, 30% economic loss. So here's what I think is going to go down and why the SBA is telling everybody you're going to get an email, right? We said that about 4 or 5 days ago. You call 800-659-2955 and you say, hey, am I in a low-income community? No, I'm not. Well, is it true that we're all going to get an email at some point here real soon? Yes, it is. I'm going to explain what I think it's going to be. In fact, I may have covered it just now. So here's what you got to do. There is no portal. It's going to be a $10,000 wire transfer or the balance thereof, and a $5,000 supplemental wire transfer that's going to come another 5, 6, or 8 weeks from now. So here's the deal. If you already applied for the Targeted EDIL Advance under Section 331, you're a low-income community member, or at least according to the SBA, you do nothing. You wait about 3 weeks, from what I understand. Ms. Guzman, again, has been sworn in today. Congratulations to her. You wait to get another email. You're going to get another email. For all you that are in middle or high-income communities, you do nothing, you wait. I think they're going to take the Targeted EDIL Advance app, get rid of that title, and put in the $5,000 supplemental. So everybody that's in middle or high is going to get that email, right? The SBA is saying everyone's going to get an email. Well, gee, maybe, possibly has to do with this $5,000 supplemental, which again is for everybody. So there will be no portal, at least not for now. A few weeks from now, and I'll keep you posted, you're going to get an email. You're going to fill out the same income grid that everybody else has. 2019, 2020, 2021, the first couple of months. And if between March and December of 2020, you can show a 50% economic loss relative to the prior year or the first 2 months of 2020, and you got less than 10 employees, $5,000 is on the way. If I had to guess, it's probably going to be sometime in late April, early March. So here's the deal. Let me quickly summarize at the 13-minute mark. If you're low-income community, you get a chance at $10,000 if you have less than 300 employees and a 30% economic loss. I do not think you're going to have to fill out another application. That would be redundant. But if you didn't have a 50% economic loss when you filled out your application, because short of a reconsideration, I don't think they're going to ask you to do another app. That would be redundant, unless they're trying to trick people and catch them putting in different numbers, which I think would be ridiculous. But if you're in a middle or high income community, a few weeks from now, you'll get a chance to write in your sales. No PPP, no unemployment, no side hustle, just related to your business. And if you can get 8 successive weeks between March and December that drop 50% and you got less than 10 employees, yeah, you get $5,000, excuse me. Well, $10,000, that comes with Jackie Rosen's amendment. So we all get $15,000 in the end. But if I haven't confused you already, if you're in low income, you get 10 plus 5 if you've been cut in half and you got less than 10 employees. I need some food, maybe. I'm just running, and my mind's way ahead. And if you're a middle and high, yes, it is true, according to this guy right here, and you can read the bill. Brian Schatz, if I didn't read it out loud right now, it says in the pinned article, scroll down after you read the same thing I just read to you. It says this supplemental round of emergency advance grants will not be restricted to low-income communities. Let me say that again. This supplemental round of emergency advance grants will not be restricted to low-income communities. If you don't believe them, call them. I've called both my senators. I've confirmed it. The $10 billion is for low income. They got $30 billion now. This $5 billion is for everybody under Section 1110E of the CARES Act and under Section 331, the low income community of the one that passed on December 27. So you get up to 15 if you're low income. You get $5,000 if you qualify, if you're in middle or high income. And of course, I'm not going to rest until the EIDL for Small Business Act, known as S4227, gets everybody $10,000 or the balance thereof, removes the loan caps so we can get another 6 months of working capital. And I want the whole fucking loan forgiven so you never pay the SBA a dime. So until next time, ladies and gentlemen, from a very high, lean, fasted state, just north of Atlanta, always remember, I love you guys, and thank you so much for watching.